Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sir Dinga and I have some interesting news. So, to summarize, I played, the day that I'm about to go through I've already played. I got to the end of it and found that my video footage had corrupted itself. Now, under normal circumstances that wouldn't be weird if it weren't for the fact that some pretty heavy shit happens in this episode. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Some very heavy shit happens in this episode. Actually, that's the point I just need to remember, because I had to skip through the entire game again just to get back to this point, because I saved over my previous save, so I had to go through all the way through again. But the reason why it's very bizarre that my footage corrupted was after my footage corrupted after I found a file in the original Doki file that is no longer there because I deleted it, because I think it's one of those files that gets put into your game that is supposed to be given to you at a certain point, if that makes sense. I think it's one of those. But it was put into the Doki Literature Club file, and it was just called Happy Thoughts. And suddenly my files are all corrupted and I have to re-record this, so yeah, keep an open mind, because I found it fucking creepy. Anyways, as I said in the last time I recorded this, I decided that I'm going to go for Sayori, because Sayori and I seem to have the most in common. I have gotten her twice in a row when I was just clicking on random shit, so I'm going to go for her more, can I go for her? I'm going to say I'm going to go for an 8-7-5 combination, so like 8 on Sayori, 7 on Natsuki, and 5 on Yuri. So 8-6-5, 8-6-4, 8-6-3, 8-6-2, 8-5-2, 7-5-2, 7-5-1, 6-5-1, 6-5-0, 5-5, 4-5, 4-4, 4-3, 4-2, 4-1, 4. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna reload. Nah, I'm not gonna reload it. I'm gonna live with my choices. We'll just go for Sayori stuff, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, this time I've actually ahead of time, because I knew for a fact I was going to be in a situation where I was like, oh man, I'm thirsty. I've got myself 2 full drinks. Because I have a lot of voices to do. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination, starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion? Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? I've got a hair on my face. I've got a lot of hair on my face, yes. I've got a specific hair on my face that's agitating my skin, basically. Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. Sounds like a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, they usually have fried squid. Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. You're saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. She's confused. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's and Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry if you're assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I awkwardly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Dinga, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading a little too into it, but she seems a little downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica appears across the room with Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down the desk. Okay. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Dinga. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Dinga. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since she joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori's always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it's always been. You're so funny, Dinga. Have you ever thought that maybe you've always seen her that as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her. Should try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. Hang on. Man, I never exhaust my voice box like this when I'm doing normal commentaries because I get to be quiet at times. In this, I've got to actually read it out. Well, I don't have to read it out, but I want to read it out. And I want to read it out with funny voices that aren't actually funny. It's just different voices of me, and it sounds awkward. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori, gently, and talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her, and to have fun with everyone else, but it's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. This is your best one so far. It's really nice, Dinga. Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Oh, that excuse. I used that excuse when I was a lot. Yeah. Shit, alright. Do you want a nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Dinga. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end... Yeah? I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get... don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. Exactly. The way I look at it is... if you try to impress someone, people are always gonna... if you impress someone and that's why you become friends with someone, then all they're gonna ever think is, oh, this guy, I'm friends with him because he's so impressive. He's always impressive all the time. Therefore, you've got to constantly keep up an act. If you act yourself around people and people like you for you, then that means you can just be yourself and it's fine. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me and I have to sometimes put up with you, but we have like a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No, Dinga. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori? I glance around... Sayori, just deadpan. Sayori? That should be more like questioned. I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori? I probably never said this before in my life, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Dinga. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. Hi, excuse me for... Shit's delicious, fam. Right. I'm sorry you had to see that. Literally, I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori. Tell Milligan I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out the classroom humming to herself. Alright. I would have followed after her personally, but... okay, I guess I'm not that type of person. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. But as good as yesterday's anyway. See what you're going for, but it's just really not my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm honestly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really. Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. No, that was me going. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh. Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking, bitch. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. Hahaha. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt, man. What the fuck? Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever happened. Nothing even happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go to. A beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury the heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Now, I thought this was about, just like, Disney, like being rescued by someone you fall in love with, that kind of thing. Yeah. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write about something positive, something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. I mean, I hate the ocean, but okay. I hate the ocean in person. I don't hate it in, like, terms of, like, I like, Subnautica interests me. But I hate the beach itself. Like the ocean, at least. Almost died as a kid. Not really a fan. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first, and then came up with the message out later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too, making us write about a simple topic than trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being a kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Okay. Cool. Right, Yuri.
Well done, Dinga. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think.
I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore. But it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing. Good to know I'm in two different minds for that. And I guess doing some writing myself.
Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Dinga? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself.
That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another.
Why me?
Well, you're always so sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share.
Is that so?
Yuri thinks for a good minute.
That must be terrible. For me to have become someone whose opinion is so fearsome. How unlikable of me.
Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. Yeah, I know people like that where it's like they think their opinion is unwarranted and then they get upset because they gave you their opinion. I know people like that.
I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to these sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it.
Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri. What?
What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on.
Alright. Do you want to share your poem now?
Okay. Here.
Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky and expanse of bliss, but beneath grey rolling clouds an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one way everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in, or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils, turn back and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore, drift forward and I return to earth forevermore. Now I thought this was going to be about, I thought originally that this was about, like, sort of life, and the fact that as you go through life, things will always get better, but sometimes, like, certain events, like, oh look, you lost your car keys, oh that's fine, suddenly your car gets towed, oh that sucks, you know, my car got towed. And then next thing you know, like, I don't know, your boss is like, hang on, you're gonna have to stay at overtime for a bit. You know, things start hitting you harder and harder and harder, and then eventually you give in. And then there's, of course, like, for example, if a death of a loved one suddenly hits you and you just crumble, that kind of thing. But now looking at it again, I think it's to do with, like, pushing your boundaries further than you'd like. Because, like, for example, here, it says drift forward and return to shore evermore. So if you basically just give up and let yourself go forward, you'll die because it's ocean. Whereas if you turn back, you basically leave your piece behind and are stuck on shore, like slowly crumbling, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. I'm gonna take a drink. That's good.
I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it.
Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it.
She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while.
Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Right, let's talk to Monica.
Hi, Dinga. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival?
Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought.
Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would be also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem.
Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands.
It's kind of funny.
How so?
Not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other each day. I'm a bit surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you?
I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together.
I see. That reminds me. About how Sayori's been a little bit off today.
Yeah, did she tell you something?
Well, Dinga, you haven't been flirting with her, have you?
Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do.
Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her.
That's a lot of her mentioned in one sentence. Okay. It just, that sentence didn't seem right.
Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright?
Alright. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders the earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything, knows what I'm thinking. But before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. I think this poem is about like how life is meaningless if you know everything, because the entire point of life is that you gain knowledge as you experience it, and you learn from your mistakes, and you pass those pieces of knowledge on to future generations. I do want to point out something interesting though that I've just thought of. I don't recall the piano being the prominent instrument in the other two poems. In the other two poems that we see, and the other three poems that we usually see. Everyone sort of has their own kind of instrument and way that their song is played when you're reading their poem. Yuri's is like a kind of flute, and Natsuki's like a recorder, and I think Sayori's is I don't know what it is, but it's something else. Monika's is a piano, and pianos are played. It's bizarre how often they're not played often in the game, they're just occasionally. And it only seems to be when Monica could be in the situation. Monica could just butt into a conversation anytime she likes, and it's there's always pianos playing when that's a possibility. And I'm gonna keep an eye on this theory in the future. For example, now she's just in frame and you hear the piano.
You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it's kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about.
I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical.
Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning?
You know, there's one thing I noticed. Seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy.
Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we?
Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures, and I pointed this out in the last episode, don't you mean one-dimensional? Because the entire point is, if you're not aware of how that works, to the best of my knowledge, that being limited in itself, one-dimensional characters are like good, bad. That's it. There's only good characters and there's only bad characters. There's only one or the other. Two-dimensional characters are like characters who are like a variety on the scale. So like they could be, on the one end, they could be good with a hint of bad, like an anti-hero, or bad with a hint of good, like basically they do loads of bad shit, but they eventually like transform into a good character, you know, like that kind of thing. And then I realized I figured this out.
Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone.
You mean one-dimensional? Yeah.
Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not too good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much effort into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, you three, we're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out...
Hold on a second. Is it just me or did you say something strange just now?
Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club.
I wasn't, like, I'll be honest, I probably should have looked at it, but I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't remember any catchphrase. The only thing that was weird is the fact that she said you three, but that's because Sayori left, so that's put into context and it's fine.
Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
And that also, that term, also I'm pointing at her boobs, that term, and the way she said that is a bit unnerving. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here.
It seems you're right. Sayori's always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she said she just went to pee.
Natsuki, please show some decency.
Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright.
Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? Yeah, I know, that's what I thought. So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it.
Oh?
That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people.
Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine.
What did she say?
Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
That's another thing. She completely avoided my question, and nobody else picked up on the fact that I said it. I already know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted.
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can... Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri?
I'm useless.
No. That's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know?
Just throwing everyone else under the bus.
Now Natsuki's pouting too?
Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are harder on your end when she's not around.
That may be the case. But if I can't also be leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that.
Hi. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see.
That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Dinga.
The one who is truly useless.
Ah, don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I'd be really appreciative of that.
Ah, that's... Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that?
I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's giving me a choice. You shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyways. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that.
If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own? Dinga may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance, so therefore, maybe he would be more suited to assisting with the decorations.
Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Dinga to...
What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't. Just what do you think?
Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Dinga to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in...
You literally just said.
I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though.
Jeez. Can we just settle this already?
Yeah. Dinga, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you.
Ah, of course.
Very well. In that case...
Everyone looks straight at me. So originally, I'm going to pick the same choice as I did last time, which is Sayori. I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbours and...
But Monica said that
Sayori was helping her. Jeez, do you really hate us that much?
No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult.
So then I picked Monica because obviously then I could spend time with Sayori. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monica.
Yay, you picked me.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah?
Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us.
But... I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Dinga was the one who...
That doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monica,
you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the one with ulterior motives.
Excuse me?
Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica.
Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good of a job if you make us work alone.
Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources.
So you got to do the right thing, President?
Okay. I get it. It's technically most logical for Dinga to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do.
And I picked Natsuki because I figured with the way I wanted it to be, with the way I thought about it was Yuri has a lot of thoughts in her head and she'd have to translate those thoughts to me. Which if I didn't get, I could mess everything up. Whereas if I'm with, if I'm with Natsuki, she can give me a bunch of stuff and just like teach me how to do certain things, and I can repeat that process over and over and over again to help make the cupcakes or whatever they're making. I think they're making cupcakes. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree.
Just a minute ago you were saying that's because...
Never mind, okay?
Well, anyway... You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it, after all.
That's... good. Yeah, I would have felt so guilty in that situation. That was like a very, very, very guilty statement. Like,
fuck you guys. You guys are dicks.
Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little hard not to feel bad. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited?
Yes. Everything except the performance is going to be awesome. I don't think that really counts.
What about you? What about you, Dinga?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out.
That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri?
She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not... I mean, it's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Hang on, itchy ear. Oh god. I'm fine. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. I want my cupcakes to be the best. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances, so you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean any of that, did you? Not really, but Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Yeah, I was fucking shocked when that happened. I was like, bitch, what the fuck? But Monika and I are also taken back by Natsuki's words. Natsuki of all people to be saying such encouraging things, but I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm gonna take a drink. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah! I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so... Fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the doors. They chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't have any way to contact me. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You'd better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay. I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything with my dad's home. Anyway, I just need to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah. I'm really going to show you why I love baking so much. So you'd better look forward to it. Oh, didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could actually, like, in front of everyone that I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. Okay, so I did want to continue through the weekend as well. I can't believe this. Natsuki's going to be coming to my house on Sunday? Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to this. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monika said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. Excuse me. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Just the two of us? Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but as it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kinda saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monika said, Is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we're family. That's the point. I did ask as well, I wonder where these kids' parents are. Or is this like accommodation for like an academy or something? I don't know. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Dinga. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to be seeing Natsuki today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. So it's just me and Natsuki then? Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Dinga. Huh? What? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make this stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have ever been thinking about me right now. But it's just my punishment, right? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori? I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for it to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Dinga. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Dinga? Sorry, I had an itchy ear. I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Yeah, that's something that really sucks. Just as a demonstration, Sayori in this game is supposed to be one of the happiest characters. She's just always fucking happy. And, I mean, you've seen it in the past. Incredibly happy people have been the most hurting people. For example, Robin Williams. Robin Williams brought laughter and happiness to everyone. And he killed himself because he was very, very depressed. And it's there's just things like that. It just basically just make sure you check on everyone. I mean, sometimes it's gonna be dumb because you're going hey, do you have depression? Are you okay? But you sort of just have to make sure you're there for everyone and don't make it obvious that you're only there because they have depression. You want to make them feel better. Just a hug can go quite a far way. Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I finally know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. It's not that easy, man. A depressed person, it's very difficult to actually express themselves because they feel like they're just being a nuisance. Of course they're not being, they're being the exact opposite of a nuisance. They're basically just, they're wanting a crutch to lean on, and that's completely acceptable. It's just that that's not what's going through their head. The chemicals going through their brain which are affected by the depression are just fucked, man. They fuck up the thought process. They just think that everything is their fault. Even if there's only so much that I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Dinga. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting. That's what I'll do. I accidentally right click. I realized that and I fucking shit myself. I wasn't sure what was going on because suddenly I could just see everything. Didn't realize right click hides the text box. No, Dinga. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked on Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am, and that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one of them. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Dinga. Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Dinga. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Dinga, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Dinga. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like to for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I wouldn't forgive you. I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I will learn how to speak one day. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I'll look forward to it. I say goodbye to Shiori and exit her house. On the way home I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is about to come over, too. I think Shiori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. Which is Natsuki. Ha! I spent only a few minutes back home, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. One glass down. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door and let her in. Sup. Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than the school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients, if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. Surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that rather than something snarky like she usually does. Yeah, that I remember, but last time I played this I was fucking shocked at the fact that she had actually said something nice to me. Could it be that she is a little different from outside of school, after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Dinga? Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. This is ridiculously heavy. Haha, I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits her fist into my chest. Hang on, almost broke my headphones again. Hey, your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I've got to teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey, now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. And at this point, I think I remember I was querying with the idea, I was debating the idea that Natsuki is in fact not interested in boys. And perhaps she is in fact a lesbian. And maybe she has a crush on Yuri, which is why she treats her like garbage. Natsuki? Forget it. I didn't say anything. I should apologize. I should apologize. I appreciate that you're trying to be nicer. I should have been a little bit more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. You fucking lolly. Ah, that's fucked, man. I still think that's fucked. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. Gross. Hey, what's that to me? Who else? Man, let's just get started already. Aha! You get all sour on a girl because you're gross. Finally found your weakness, Dinga. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. End my suffering. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about over every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Dinga, where did you put the food colouring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To colour the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different colour. That way, even if the flavours aren't different, everyone can still pick their favourite. Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so oh, come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food colouring into each. That does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times all worth it in the end if you just looking at it, it makes everyone's eyes lighten up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah, maybe I will use the food colouring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food colouring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It'll just take a bit longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. You're a violent bitch, aren't you? Your eyes got a little bit of fire in them. That's a bit terrifying. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing is already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Well, your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got out of my face. Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before showing her finger towards my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. And now I've pinned her to the floor. Stop. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine, fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. For a second there, I thought my phone was off, but my phone's in my pocket. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know? Saying dumb things just to get a reaction at me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. Aerate it. Taste the cream. That's 10. Right, I'm sorry. That meme, the second I heard that sentence. Of course the sentence is fucking creepy, but that's the first thing that came to mind. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is extremely red. Dinga? You really shouldn't do that kind of things to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me, just like that? How did the moon turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over at the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left the dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki and the player have a very similar voice, and I understand that. I might change her voice next episode because I've already been through it this time. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. Another movement, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake tray in the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing, like nothing ever happened. Ah, that smells so good. the cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look. She proudly shows off the different coloured cupcakes in each of the trays. They're looking better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Let's all agree to never be creative again. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. I'm gonna try and do a high-pitched voice, more high-pitched voice for her. Natsuki, I know the reason why I give her a really deep, bassy voice as much as possible is because of the fact that I just thought it'd be funny considering she's the smallest character, and I thought it'd be funny giving her the loudest and bassiest voice. I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it all the time though. Using it this time though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that is much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like happy birthday or whatever. Ah, I see. That gives me an idea actually. Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it a more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It'd be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like. A lot like the poem minigames. Where we pick words based on the character we like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid, but that's actually a really cute idea. So, maybe I'm getting it from you. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. We're not at school anymore, nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Huh? Did you say something? No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the pace and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look at how pretty they are. Look at how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Yeah, well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Aha. Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already, and she would still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. And why is that? Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have enough time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Oh, already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man. As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me the same way she listens to you. Yeah. Again, think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point I felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. Feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki? What you said before about not always having this chance. Doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere. Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Dinga, I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki? Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch the sides of my shirt as if I'm holding onto me. Her rose-coloured cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening?
My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breath against me. I've felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori? Eh? Ah! Hi, Dinga! Sayori? You just now, we weren't... It's okay, Dinga. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a bit earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyways, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off, and Sayori waves goodbye. I'm gonna have another drink. Oh, I have to be careful with this one. This one's full. Someone take that face and make a meme out of it, please. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here to see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. And that's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Dinga? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much easier if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Dinga. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your time and sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being so selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. Why is like, that's something as well I don't understand. Like, I ask, like, Monica has said something to Sayori, obviously, because she's currently fucked up right now. And when I ask Monica what she said, she brushes off the question, doesn't even acknowledge it happened. And when I ask Sayori, she doesn't even respond to me. And apparently I just carry on. I'm not gonna let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm gonna be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Dinga. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you I'm sorry, a burp was on its way up my stomach. That I might like you more than you like me. Sayori, it's true, isn't it? I was weak and started liking you too much. I did this to myself. Dinga, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need most right now. What you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give to you. Sayori, I picked the top option. I remember doing that because I was like, oh well, I'm going down Sayori's route, so you know it makes the most sense. I love you. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner, but spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens, as long as we continue like this every day. With you by my side, then I know we will both be happy. Dinga. And I've got the stereotypical anime hair. It's amazing. She looks like Amy Rose now that I think about it. Suddenly Sayori wraps her arms around tightly around me. Dinga, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Dinga. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why, even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Dinga. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Dinga. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. So, technically we should be near the end of the game. Because I swear these like dating sim type games. Obviously, I mean, I know there's supposed to be a bunch of weird things happening, but... And I mean, it did put a file into my in my games thing, and I'll check that out when I get to that point again. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know, but I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. And that's the end of that episode. That's where I ended off last time, at least. I'm gonna basically repeat my thoughts, and then I'm gonna open this happy thoughts file that's just appeared again. My neighbour is blasting loud music. Anyways, so to summarise my thoughts on why, like, there's like a couple of things. For example, right now there is no music, and my reason for thinking there's no music is I think there's like, for example, you know how there's like the festival going to happen today. Yeah, hence the reason it says it's the day of the festival. I think it's probably going to be like something like we get to the festival and it's like, whoa, look at everything going on. There's like bright music, there's like loud music going on. It's like bright colours and this, that and the other. All sorts of shit happening. That's why I think it's probably quiet, because then it kind of gives this sense of, hang on, what's happening? Why is it so quiet? And then, oh my god, it's great. Right, now let's actually open up this happy thoughts file. You can now see like my desktop and stuff. I'm just going to minimize that. Come on. Oh. Okay. I'm trying to make sense of that. Because, I mean, obviously there's the bow. That's definitely Sayori. It's got a very wide smile. Its eyes are, like, blacked out by, like, a weird negative bar. I'm just wondering what this bottom part is. Because it looks like... It looks like... I don't know, it just doesn't look right. Something... It's like... It looks like someone's like a scarf kind of thing. Except with something hanging from it. I don't know. Anyway... I've got to end it there. I'll have to end it on the picture so everyone can kind of give me their 2 cents on what they think. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. My name is Dinga. Leave a like if you're enjoying this series. Comment down below what you think this picture's supposed to be about. Thankfully, by the time I'll read the comments, I should be recording the next episode. So that means that if people end up putting spoilers and shit and like, ooh, this picture means this or this picture means that, and it's like a certainty, and it's not like, I wonder, like, I think this picture means, and then, you know, like, if it's an I think this picture means, then it's like kind of, it's a theory by that person, whereas if it's this picture does mean, then it's a certainty. So I don't want it to be like, I don't want to read the comments in case it's like, oh, this picture does mean this certainty, and then end up ruining everything. So, yeah. Subscribe to become a true sir, and keep up to date with everything that I post. Good day, and I'll see you next time.